Welcome back, guys. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Fanatic Rundown. I'm an Oilers fan. I love doing this channel, but after games like this, videos are very hard to do. I don't know how Steve Dangle has done it so long with the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Carolina Hurricanes taking down the Edmonton Oilers tonight 7-2 as the Oilers put in another performance that's going to rank up there with one of the worst of the short season so far. And that 5-game winning streak they went on is the only thing keeping them afloat right now. They've lost 4 of their last 5. And Jack Campbell really liked his performance against the Tampa Bay Lightning. But after the first period tonight, that performance was pretty much gone. I didn't hate the way the Oilers started this game. The first period, they were being outshot, but otherwise I thought it was fairly back and forth. The Oilers were right in the game. They give up a goal, 20 seconds to go. Dylan Holloway has a chance on the penalty shot, doesn't bury it. If Holloway scores on that goal, maybe the whole game has a different complexion, but one shot shouldn't really make the difference, but hockey is a huge game of momentum, right? So maybe it could have. Zach Hyman was stoned on a breakaway in the second. Little moments, right, that completely reshaped the game. The Carolina Hurricanes were clearly the better team tonight, no questioning that, in a 7-2 loss. Andrei Svechnikov, another hat trick again tonight. He's just owning the Oilers. The Hurricanes basically own the Oilers overall. We took the opening matchup this year 7-4, but there was no question who was the better team tonight. Connor McDavid scored another nice goal. Brent Burns actually scored the Oilers' first goal after scoring for the Hurricanes. The Oilers had opportunities in this game. They were only down 2-1 in the second before the floodgates just opened for the Hurricanes, and then in the third period, just basically lifeless for the Oilers. Little blips here and there. Dylan Holloway, some bad defensive plays, obviously. He was looking better on the fourth line. I mean, he had a strong start to this game, but no Oiler looked good tonight. Connor McDavid had a nice goal, but aside from that, Jack Campbell's struggles are killing this team, but the Oilers are not playing very well in front of him either. It's not entirely on Jack Campbell. He clearly has to be better, but this team as a whole has to be better. Evander Kane's gone for the next 3 to 4 months, hopefully closer to 3, but even with Evander Kane in the lineup tonight, I don't think the score ends up being much different. Maybe it's not as bad as it was, but the way the rest of the team played, I don't think the score would have been much different tonight, even with Evander Kane in the lineup. He wasn't the difference tonight. Matthias Janmark enters the lineup. Klim Kostin was also called up from Bakersfield, but he was scratched tonight. The Oilers went 11-7. Janmark got a penalty on his first shift, I believe. Other than that, I really didn't notice him much. He was playing lower down on third and fourth line, so it's not like he was getting top minutes or anything like that, and Janmark isn't going to be a huge difference maker overall. So I think Klim Kostin might draw in next game against the Florida Panthers. The Oilers simply have to do something different. Nothing they did worked tonight. And yeah, it's hard to watch as an Oilers fan. I know this video is going to have a lot of angry comments. People are fed up with this. This is not the way it's supposed to be right now for the Edmonton Oilers. We all had so much higher hopes going in, and it's not the end of the world right now. The Oilers are 8-7. There's plenty of time to turn this around. The Calgary Flames lost again tonight to the Boston Bruins. So I can't remember if that's the 7th or 8th straight loss for Calgary. So the Oilers certainly aren't out of it by any stretch. It's 8-7. We're going into game 16 on the season. Don't hit the panic button. But there are certainly some things to be concerned about here for sure. Jack Campbell just can't seem to find his game with any consistency. The Oilers' defense is really struggling. A lot of people didn't like Duncan Keith last year, but it really looks like the Oilers are missing Duncan Keith. He provided calming presence. Yes, Keith made mistakes like any other defenseman does, but it really looks like the Oilers are missing him. Ryan Murray has just come in and not impressed me at all. I was really hoping he'd be a calming influence on the back end there, a 6 or 7 D-man that could really give the Oilers some really strong depth, but I'm certainly not seeing it from Ryan Murray so far. Markus Niemelainen's made some bad plays the last few times. He's a rookie, so have a bit more slack for him. These guys are learning, but Bouchard's struggling. Nurse doesn't look like himself. I mean, it's a long list. The Oilers aren't getting the depth scoring that they need. The top 6 is really carrying things. Jesse Puljujärvi's struggling. I mean, it's not any one guy. There's a large combination of things, but I don't know, guys. It's hard to watch. The Oilers once again made a backup goaltender or a goaltender that plays in the American Hockey League look like a Vezina candidate. I mean, hats off to him. He played a strong game, but the Oilers they're playing a team that's on the back half of a back-to-back. They have to be in there attacking. They have to make it hard for them. Instead, the Carolina Hurricanes walk away with a 7-2 victory tonight. And the Oilers just simply had no answer for them, so I think that's all I've got to say on that, guys. We're definitely going to see some roster changes for Saturday's game against the Florida Panthers. It's a matinee game, 2 o'clock. We know how the Oilers played in the last matinee games, how they typically play in matinees overall, and it just absolutely has to be better. I think Klim Kostin draws in. The Oilers are going to give him a chance. Maybe Janmark goes out. They go 12-6. They went 11-7 tonight, and we got what we got, but I wouldn't expect any big trades or anything in the next few days and weeks. I don't think the Oilers are going to resort to that yet. They're going to see what they have here with Janmark and Kostin. Maybe James Hamlin gets a recall here if those guys aren't working out. But the Oilers are definitely going to be looking at internal options before they jump to any trades. This team is supposed to be elite. It's supposed to be challenging for a Stanley Cup, and they don't look anywhere close to that right now. So let's see what happens here, guys. Hopefully the Oilers can rise to the challenge, come back with a very strong performance against the Florida Panthers on Saturday. I believe I heard the Panthers haven't lost at home yet, so the Oilers are in for another big challenge, and they simply have to rise to it and find a way out of this mess. Let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.